Just wanted to shoot out a video. Just kind of go on. Tell you guys what's going on. As far as like me and as far as I'm concerned, I'm getting down to my last like I'm running into a dead end basically. I'm getting cornered, and this might be my last video. So I just want you guys to kind of hear what I have to say and let me know what you think. I've been targeted for a long time, and there's a lot of people that say that we're mentally ill and that we aren't being targeted and that it's all in our heads, and it's not. And I'll go over some examples. When my targeting first started, okay, it was 2 weeks after my wife had a miscarriage with our son, and she not a miscarriage, but she had a C-section, and done because they overdosed her on the epidural. And so it was 2 weeks after that is kind of when it started, and it's been that way ever since. I don't know what happened that day at the hospital. I know she stopped breathing, and I know I didn't see her for 4 hours, and my son was okay, so we never, filed suit right away. I'd find out later that she had a lot of memory issues, especially with us being intimate, all of our intimate moments growing as we were married. She couldn't remember anything, and that's when I realized there was something going on with that. But as far as the targeting goes, mental illness, I was working at Home Depot at the time, and I was being harassed at Home Depot by the management, by some of the employees that came in later on. They were gaslighting me. They were, breaking into my locker, stealing things. They were pouring pops in my locker, putting mice in my locker. Last I checked, mental illness, that's not one of the symptoms of mental illness. Mental illness doesn't tell people at your work that you're a pedophile, that you're unstable, that a manager told some of the employees to stay away from me because I was dangerous. I've never had one assault charge, never had anything, not even a drinking, urinating in public when I was a kid, misdemeanor. I never even had one of those, okay? I've only had traffic until up to the day when I got set up. And, mental illness doesn't break into your car, 10 times, maybe even more than that, within a year. At least one of the years it was over 10 times, I know that. It doesn't break in your car and throw your glove compartment all over your seats. It doesn't break into your car and steal Christmas presents when you're out Christmas shopping. It doesn't, mental illness doesn't slash your tires with a butcher knife. I had my tires slashed 4 times in 1 year. It doesn't key faggot on the side of your car. It doesn't kick a fucking 2-foot dent into your passenger side door. Mental illness doesn't have a neighbor shoot a satellite dish into your home where I have an ELF meter that reads danger readings on it. And you can see one of my videos. It doesn't tell all your neighbors that you're a pedophile and stalk you and follow you around town, and it doesn't spit at you when you drive by them. Mental illness doesn't, have people do that. I don't remember that being a symptom. It doesn't blacklist you from employment. It doesn't harass you and watch you on every device that you have on your home. I went through over, I think it was 7 or 8 laptops in 4 years. I went through over 18 cell phones, okay, in 4 years. I spent over $1,500 trying to get help from outside sources, trying to stop these people from getting into my computers and basically, breaking down the hard drives on them and exploiting every tunnel that I could basically imagine that was closed. They would find a way in anyway. Mental illness doesn't do that either. Mental illness doesn't have cops follow you and pull you over for nothing. I got pulled over 4 times for nothing. 4 times for nothing. Okay, and they gave me tickets. Okay, I had a speeding ticket one time that I got it was in Lakewood. Okay, and I got it. I went down to Jefferson County, took care of it. I paid the fine and everything. Well, they slow poked around and didn't send I guess the notice that I paid my fine to the DMV in time. So they basically I got a canceled license. Okay, my license got canceled, so I had to reinstate. But I had no idea until a cop pulled me over 2 years later after, because my wife's temporary tag wasn't 2 inches far enough into the bottom lower window of her car. Okay, that's why I got pulled over, and then he gave me a canceled license ticket on top of it. When I went to court in Denver to fight the case, or just to take care of the case, they gave me nothing, no lower points. They gave me a maximum fine. Okay, they didn't plea bargain anything on it. Okay, they gave me the maximum of everything on it. Okay. After that, I got pulled over for a headlamp being out over here in Lakewood, and I pulled into a liquor store where he pulled me over. I had to pull over, so I pulled over to this liquor store, and the lady came out after he left and said, your headlight's not even out. And I got out, and sure enough, it wasn't. I didn't even have a headlamp out, and he gave me a ticket for it. And then gave me a ticket for a canceled license again. Okay? And then I got pulled over. You can ask the people at my work, the employees at Home Depot that I was working with, Marcus, what was the other guy's name? Brett, Leon. Those guys, there was cops waiting for me every time I left. There was a cop in the parking lot almost every night when I left. Okay? They would sit there, they would follow me out until the time I got my ticket, when he said I had a taillight out. Then he followed me out and pulls me over about 2 streets over, following me around, and says I got a taillight out, right? Gives me a ticket for no insurance. My wife didn't have insurance for 2 weeks. She said she didn't pay it for 2 weeks. I had no idea she didn't have insurance. And I got a no insurance. They're going to give me the maximum penalty on that, maximum fine. So I was going to fight it, okay? That's how all this stuff started. Once I started fighting the case, they were constantly, they were all over me. Everywhere I went, they were turning around, following me everywhere I went. You know, if I went by a cop, they would flip a U-ey and get behind me. You know, turn on their lights and then fly by me. You're just to fuck with me. So yeah, mental illness doesn't do that either. Mental illness doesn't try to poison your dog with Rid-X, with rat poison. That's, my dog went to the vet. He had like 2 weeks to live, my dog did. I went home and I actually healed him myself through my energy healing. And he's been with me for 6 years. But yeah, they tried to kill my dog. It doesn't break into your home when you're not around. I've got audio recordings of them breaking into my home when I leave, okay? They turn the TV up really loud, okay, at one point. My wife comes home 20 minutes later, you can hear her come in the door. And she claps really loud, you know, like 3 times and says, I think she says like, how many gusts for us, in this weird accent, like German accent. And then she says, come on through again. Like really fucking weird. And then it doesn't even sound like her. And the biggest part about it, the reason why I know she's involved, this is the #1 clue. This is how I knew. Like, this is how I knew that she was, no matter what. And I was watching her ever since, because when she left that day, because what happened was, when we leave that day, when they break in, 2 minutes later, they come in the door and they turn the TV on really fucking loud, okay? Really loud. And this really weird commercial comes on. And I'm gonna put this one on a video here next, you know, before I head out, so hopefully I can get it on there in time. But 20 minutes later, when she comes home, she comes in for like 4 minutes, and she forgets, she doesn't turn the TV off. My wife never forgets to turn the TV off, ever. Since I've known her for 18 years, since we've been married, she has never forgotten to turn the TV off. But this day she did. This day she did. And it was loud. The TV was on really loud too. So that's when I knew something was up with my wife, okay? Now my wife is not the same person, okay? I've researched the hell out of different things trying to figure out what might have happened to her, okay? You know, if something happened to her in the hospital where she got brain damage, or just everything that I could possibly imagine, okay? But I've got pictures of a 6-month period, you know, after she had Jax, my son. Like 6 months, she had different noses, okay, at different times. She looked different in different pictures, and I remember her looking different. It's not just the pictures. They didn't just, you know, mess up the pictures and doctor them or something to make it look that way. She was different because I remember her having this really flat nose at one point, and I wanted to say something to her about it, and we were fighting at the time and I didn't, but I remember that. Okay, so I know that they were robotoid cloning in the 1970s, okay, because I know that Russia is the first one that pioneered it, okay, and they were actually using it to take out our diplomats and our ambassadors, okay, because in the United States we're like wondering what the hell, you know, our ambassadors were like favoring Russia and like always tilting things in their favor and stuff, and our, you know, we were starting to wonder what the hell's going on. They finally looked into it and they found out what was going on, that they were being cloned, okay, that they were being cloned. This robotoid cloning only takes 4 hours. They can actually clone somebody in 4 hours. They take the consciousness, it's called a biomine transfer, they transfer it onto a supercomputer and they hold it, and then they make the robotoid clone and they transfer it back into the robotoid clone, which is made out of synthetics, okay? And actually they used cattle mutilations. That's why they had all those cattle mutilations in the 70s and 80s, because they were using the cattle mutilations for the tissue. I hear nowadays they use abortion tissue. And that's why the abortion clinics are, you know, so vital for these people. It's because they use the tissue from the abortion clinics to make the robotoids. Okay? They can grow a human being in a tank, in a saltwater tank. I've seen the cloning chambers. I was down in the underground bases. The only thing I remember is seeing the LED lights on the top of the tunnel when I was being pushed through on a hospital bed. And I remember seeing this door, looking in, and I saw these pods, these chambers. And it looked like there were people in them just floating there. And I remember that. That's all I remember. Okay? Who knows? I may even be a clone. I have no idea. How would you know? There's no way you would even really know. It's so easy to do. They can grow you to whatever age you are. Okay? They just make you whatever age you are. If you're 55, they can make you 55. All they need is a little bit of DNA, and that's it. It's that easy to grow you. So if you don't believe in cloning, you should, because it's definitely happening. And it was the only thing that I could come up with that happened to my wife. Because that is not my wife. I know for a fact. I was married to her for 18 fucking years. Okay? I know her. I know the way she talks. I know the way this person hums and stuff. My wife never hummed. Okay? This person, I could go over, like, if I listed all the things down that were different, I mean, I could come up with probably 100 different things. Okay? That's how sure I am, guys. Okay? And she's been involved with this. I got a pad of paper and I put down pros and cons. You know, cons that she's not involved. I literally, the only thing I could come up with was, she's my wife. That's it. Everything else, you know, hiding it. I caught her getting into my bags, getting into my stuff, you know, lying to me. I mean, I could go on and on. I could have written like 2 pages of pros that she's involved with this. Okay? Now I'm going to tell you right now, I just came into some information. Somebody recently had told me, and they were very adamant about it too as well, that she has been in charge of the whole thing, that she is actually she's been running the show. Okay, she's the one in charge of it. So whoever this person is that's inside her body is running the show. She's been trying to kill me, they said. Because there's some type of money thing going on, where she gets money or something out of this when I die, when I commit suicide. So she's involved, heavily involved. I found my bike the other day, went for a bike ride. I almost killed myself. Somebody unbolted the bolts on my bike. My tire fell off when I was riding it. Thank God I wasn't going very fast. I could have fucking died easily. I think it was her. I don't have anybody else to believe. I don't think it's my daughters. Somebody did that, you know. And the bike was back here. She's the only one that possibly could have done that. So I know she's involved. I know she's talking with this Jesse guy, this confident informant. We know he's a confident informant. I know that for a fact because somebody told me he was. Okay. Not only that, but I have pictures of him with no tattoos on his face or anything. Okay. And then all of a sudden he has all these tattoos and stuff. He's, you know, and he's all hanging out with all these people at these hotels and stuff. No, he's working for them. He's one of their people. And Jefferson County was involved too. So they're all involved. They were involved in my setup, all of them. Okay, they knew, Jesse knew what, you know, where the drugs were. He knew where he left a stolen item in my car on purpose. He did it all. He knew exactly what he was doing. Okay? My wife, I was in her car. They said, I came outside and said, oh, they said, is that your car? And I said, yeah, that's my car. Why would I lie to the police and say that's my car? Why would I do that? There's no reason for me to say that. And they said I did. So that's bullshit. I asked them if they had a recorder or they had any recording devices that could prove it. They didn't. You know, I took the plea deal because he said I didn't have any other choice. It was my word against theirs, is what he said, and they'll win, he said. So I took the plea deal. Okay? I go into my probation, I have these tests I got to go take, right? They closed at 11. I've been taking the test for 7. I took like 8 tests already because I was on this PR bond or something where they basically bond you out, but you have to take urine analysis tests anytime they want you to, you know, until the court date. So I took like 8 tests already and passed them all, okay? At this one place, and they said they close at midnight. They said that you can get there by midnight. So I go in at 11:30, right? And they said, I'm too late. I can't take the test. It was like 11:35. They said, you have to be here by 11:30 to take the test. I said, oh, okay. So I go to my probation officer the next morning, and I go all the way to his office, take the light rail down there, you know, to his office. And I'm in his lobby. He doesn't come out to see me. He just talks to me on the phone, you know, in the lobby. And he's like, well, then take it tonight. I said, okay. So I get down there the next night at 11:15. I'm too late, they said. I said, bullshit. They said, no, you're too late. And I said, no, you said be here by 11:30. They said, yeah, well, yeah, you got to test before 11:30, but you have to sign in by 11. Okay? Same people standing there that were there the night before. There was nobody in there. They could have taken me right then. Okay? But they didn't. They wouldn't take me. Okay? So I had to sign their little ledger and then do it again. I went down to my probation officer again, and he's like, well, he goes, I can't, you're going to count as 2 misses. It's probably going to go to court and probably issue a warrant for your arrest. I said, fuck this. You know, what am I to do? You know, they're trying to fuck up my probation now too. To get that felony to stick on my record is what they're trying to do. And I'm innocent. I didn't do anything wrong. I lent a friend a car to go pick up his girlfriend, and he fucking stabbed me in the back, along with my wife. Okay? These people are all involved, all of them. Jefferson County, my wife, and Jesse. I have evidence to prove it all. I have evidence. You can tell that they know each other. They're talking. They're flirting, doing all this shit behind my back, talking shit about me. Okay? And I have evidence of that, so I know they know each other. My wife talks about owning a bike. She doesn't own a bike. She doesn't have a fucking motorcycle. But she says she does. And she says, oh, it's my daughter's. She says that to Jesse. My daughter doesn't have one either. Caitlin doesn't have one either. So, that I know about. So, who are these people? What's going on here? What's really happening here? You know, your guess is as good as mine because I'm being set up, okay? I'm being ostracized. I'm being tortured, okay? I've gone through, I've had people, I had a neighbor here that had a son, you know, that we used to walk our kids together. And he moved like, I don't know, it was about a year ago, okay? And it was about 6 months after he had moved, and he comes knocking on my door. He looked like he didn't want to be knocking on my door, and he was like, I need a favor. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, well, I can't find my son. And well, what do you mean? I go, is he still going to Patterson where Reagan goes? He goes, yeah. And I said, well, where'd you guys move? He's all, well, we moved further away. He goes, we drop him off and we pick him up, and he never came outside. Okay, he's 5 years old. I said, well, what time were you to pick him up? He said, noon. This is 3:30 in the afternoon, and he still can't find him. He's 5 years old. So I'm panicking. I have my daughter go down to the park, and I made a couple of calls here, and the neighbors are all outside and everything like that. Well, half an hour later, I get a knock on my door. Neighbor's not with him, but there's a cop there with another little short guy with a suit, little weasel-looking kind of guy. They say, can we look in your house? I'm like, look into my house for what? Look into the house for the boy. And I was like, you want to look in my house for, you think I kidnapped the boy, huh? I said, yeah, you can come in and look in the house. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead if it makes you happy. If you want to, put on a theatrical show for all the neighbors to make me, to basically solidify that, you think I'm a child molester. Go ahead. They came in and searched real quick, and got out of here. Oh, okay, thank you. All the neighbors, right in front of all the neighbors, make me look like a kidnapper, okay? And I have kids. I love kids, okay? I used to coach soccer, okay? And I had a great time with kids. I can't even have my fucking daughter can't even have friends over. I can't even have them in the house to play with her because I'm too worried that they're going to try to, set me up with the kids and say that I did something, So I can't even have them in my house. My daughter walks 10 feet in front of me when we go for walks. And I know why she does it. I don't say a word, you know, because I know they talk. They all talk about me. You know, they've smeared the shit out of me. They've ruined my integrity. They've destroyed me. Okay, these people have. Okay, and the reason why I'm telling you guys this is I'm at my last nerve here, and I know what it's going to come down to. And I'm not going to jail, and I'm not going to fucking prison. Okay, for something that I didn't fucking do. All right, because I'm innocent. I didn't do shit. Okay, except lend a friend a car to go pick his girlfriend up. That's what I did. You know, for another brother, I thought. And no, I guess it was a poor choice. You know, I should have known better. I should have known he was. I should have known he's a competent informant. You know, and I kind of thought he was. You know, when you don't have any friends, you know, and they've destroyed everything. My wife told all my friends I was nuts, which my wife never told anything private about us at all to any of her friends. We never did. We didn't talk about that kind of shit. You know, we kept things private about stuff like that. And here she is telling people I work with, my clients, that I'm fucking nuts and stuff like that. That's not my wife. Okay? That's not my wife in that body. I don't know who it is, but it's not my fucking wife. Okay? And I'm not fucking nuts. Okay? Because mental illness doesn't do these kinds of things. They don't destroy your entire, you know, defame you and slander the shit out of you with everybody around you in your community. Okay? That's something else doing that. This stuff is actually happening, and I just want you guys to know that. And if anybody talks about it, they say you're mentally ill, okay, and they send you to the fucking hospital, okay? That's what they do. That's a protocol for it, okay? Oh, people are following him. Oh, he's paranoid. He's paranoid schizophrenic. Send him to the hospital. You know, they're doing that shit on purpose. It's their way out. That's what they're doing. They're trying to they've got people locked up in there right now that are having this shit happen to them. That can't get out because they just flipped out, you know. I almost did too. I almost went suicide by cop. I was ready to go out, you know. I was like, fuck this shit, you know. They were hitting me with energy weapons. I had a guy at Home Depot shooting with an energy weapon underneath a fucking bay when we were closed. Underneath a bay, holding a box with a hole in it with a little vent. He was hitting me with it. Okay. I went and told the manager. He laughed in my face. He was involved too. You know. It's corporations. Corporations are doing this to us. And they have a vendetta against some of these bloodlines, I think, is what it is. Some of us have certain blood that they don't like. And they've been targeting us ever since we were born. You know, every single thing that I've tried to do has ended in failure. It doesn't matter how hard I work, and I work my ass off when I work, you know what I mean? And it always ends in failure. I never get, like, props for anything. And it's always been that way, you know, ever since I was growing up. So... but the reason I'm telling you guys this is what's probably going to happen is they're going to come and try to arrest me, and I'm not going to go. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to run or whatever I got to do to get away. Okay, and they're probably going to kill me. That's what's going to happen. They're going to end my life. Okay, because I know too much. Okay, because anybody that looks into pedophilia or anybody that knows anything about the pedophilia that was going on, or has been MK Ultra or has anything that's happened to them when they were younger, they're after them. Okay, they're trying to silence them. Okay, that's why anybody that tries to come out with the pedophilia stuff, they either end up committing suicide with a cord, a black cord around their neck, you know, hung by a doorknob, or they disappear and nobody ever hears from them again. They just vanish off the face of the planet, basically. Okay, so that's probably what's going to happen to me. Okay, so I'm just warning you guys now, and this isn't about me. Okay, I'm telling you guys this because it's about you. Okay, because I'm risking my fucking life, and a lot of people are, to get this information out there, and nobody's doing shit about it. All right, people are just sitting on their hands. Okay, while we're all taking the abuse and we're all going down for it. You know, people are losing their lives over this shit, and nobody's doing anything, no action or talking about it at all. While they're out, you know, protecting the pedophiles and breaking them out of prisons, like that one guy, breaking them out of prisons and saving them, okay? They're locking guys like me up or killing us because we're speaking out about it, because we're speaking the truth, okay? And we're doing it for you, okay? Not for us, okay? My life's already over. I already know it. I have no family. I have no reputation. It's all destroyed. My whole life is done, okay? I can't get a job and last 2 weeks anywhere before they call or do something, whatever they do to get me fired. whatever they tell them, okay, I end up getting fired, or something happens and I end up quitting, okay, because they start getting in my face or something like that. They do it on purpose. So, you know, it's not about me, it's about you. Because after we all go down, they're going to come after you. You're next, okay? So, I'm trying to save humanity here. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring the truth out. We're trying to bring the light out, okay? That's what we're trying to do. That's why we were put here. Okay, so what I'm asking you guys to do is, when they kill me, I have enough evidence to exonerate me floating around, okay? I need you guys to put that evidence together, and I need you to get all these people for capital 1 murder, okay, premeditated murder. Everybody that was involved. We know my wife's involved. We know this guy Jesse's involved, the confident informant, and we know the Jefferson County cops. They know something too. They might not be completely involved. I think Denver is the big one, because the Denver Police Department had to come here and ID me. They were the ones that got this whole thing going, okay? So, it's going to be on your hands. If something happens to me, I'm asking you to please, not just for me, don't do it for me, do it for you, okay? Because like I said, I'm already gone, okay? And I'm happy to move on to the next level of my life. Because living here is not living, okay? This is death. I'm being systematically tortured right now, okay, by these people. And by the law enforcement, the people involved in all this stuff. Freemasons, whatever they are, I don't know what they are, okay? But it's a cult type of group. And they're higher ups, and they have fingers everywhere, okay? And you guys need to fucking do something about it, okay? And do something for me, and exonerate me and get these people, okay? I'm going to leave enough evidence so you guys can get them, but you got to put it all together, okay? And there's going to be pieces floating around, and just kind of bring it all together and get these guys, okay? Because it's bullshit. You guys have destroyed my life, okay? And you guys are out letting these pedophiles and all these people, these sickos and shit go. I'm trying to make a better future for my kids. I don't want my kids to have to go to church and worry about being raped, or go to school and worry about being raped, okay? Because you guys are letting all the pedophiles go. And you're telling everybody that we're pedophiles, and you're trying to fucking throw us away in jails and stuff like that. There's something wrong with that. You know, you guys have any, like, heart or any, like, good from bad? I mean, are you guys the bad guys now? Because all you guys are doing is setting people up and breaking the law to put people away, okay? And you guys are the criminals now, okay? Instead of the cops, you know, they were always the good guys in the old days. You know, you always remember the movies and stuff where the cops are always saving the day and stuff. You guys aren't that anymore. You guys are the bad guys now, because you're just fucking doing whatever you can to destroy people, and you're helping these fucking people at the top. Okay? You're following orders when you shouldn't be following orders. You should be following what is wrong and what is right, and doing what is right for humanity and for your human brothers and sisters. Okay? Because they need you right now. Okay? It's not about me. It's about everybody. Okay? It's about good. It's about doing what's good and doing what's right. Okay? It doesn't matter what's going to happen to me. I mean, I already know what's going to happen to me. Okay? But you guys need to be, you know, in Rome when they were throwing, you know, the Christians to the lions. Okay, you guys are the lions. Okay, they're throwing us to you. You're the lions. When are the lions going to stop eating? Okay, and finally turn and say, you know what? We don't feel like eating Christians today. Sorry, we're not going to do it. When is that going to happen here? Is it going to happen now, or are we going to wait another, you know, 2 years, you know, while another 50,000 people are killed because of this shit going on? Okay, because it's mainstream. It's all over the place. You know, it's over 16 million Google hits for gang stalking, and the media won't touch it with a 10-foot pole. The mainstream media, and neither will the law enforcement. Everybody just ignores it. That's involved with it. Okay, they're just letting it go. Okay, while people are out there dying, people are being trafficked over this shit. Okay, people are being trafficked because of this shit. And you're letting these girls, these younger girls, like these guys that Jesse's going in these hotels and coercing these girls and getting them in trouble, saying, hey, we caught you doing this and that, you know, you better do this or that, and making them do shit for them, turning them into hookers, you know, this kind of shit. That's bullshit. Okay, these are our fucking kids, man, that you're fucking with. Okay, and how long is it going to go on where you guys are letting pedophiles out of prison, saving pedophiles out of prison, and you're locking people up like us and putting our girls, our young children on the streets as prostitutes, helping them do that. How long is this going to go on? Because it's bullshit, okay? It needs to fucking stop. So that was to them, guys. So, sorry. I just get really emotional over this shit, you know? It's just fucking... It just kind of like... I just can't fucking take it anymore. You know, if I can sit here and watch it go on and you know, and just people just look the other way. How long are we going to look the other way? You know, before we're all fucking gone. This civilization just fucking crumbles. You know? You can only sit on your hands for so long. You know, before it's you. You're the next one. So, I'm just asking you guys, just please, you know, when something happens to me, whatever happens to me, do your best to get this information out there, okay? And my daughter Reagan, I love very dearly, very much. I'm pretty much sure my oldest is the same way. I don't know what if Caitlin. She doesn't seem to care about me at all anymore. She came back from this retreat at church and she's never been the same person since, and I can't explain that either. So we were really close, and I loved her very much, and I still love her very much. And but please just try to like look out for my daughter Reagan, and if I don't talk to you guys again, I love you guys, and just take care of yourselves, okay? It's heavy tea, I'm out.